all over the place. Oh my gosh.
This Same. Is what today's been a crazy day. It's all good.
Well, now for realsies, welcome everybody. Yeah. We got Caitlyn here.
I'm going to share this on my page while we're doing this.
Yeah, let's
hot dog. Let me turn this off. So this is the part of the Instagram live, the live where my job is to share this all over the place.
And apparently Caitlin's job is to share.
Caitlin's going
to
do
I'll
it too.
I'll talk to you guys and tell you my kids are doing homework behind us.
Yes, they are.
Their computer.
Computers.
Good
Two
guys.
of them are.
Good
and
gals.
2 of them are watching a movie in the basement.
Yeah.
One of them is eating Rebel ice cream without me. So
She's eating Rebel ice cream without me as well.
That is true.
She's eating Rebel ice cream without Caitlyn. Caitlyn, do you want some Rebel ice cream?
I think I'm good.
Okay, I was going to go get some.
I know.
I'm just hoping that we actually have some because otherwise I'd be like...
That could be awkward.
Yeah, I'd be like, sorry.
Lori said to start over.
Start over? Okay.
Yeah.
That's probably a
We
good
can
idea.
do that.
Okay, so before everybody joined and before I actually started recording...
And turned up the volume.
Yes, turned up the volume. This is Caitlyn.
Hi, guys.
We met Caitlyn a few weeks ago.
Months
a
ago.
A few months ago, crazy snowstorm.
Crazy snowstorm ago.
Scary.
Yeah.
So we got invited to go up to Real Salt.
Redmond Real Salt.
Yeah, they have
At the
a
Redmond Farms.
they have a
Yeah.
packing facility in Heber, Utah. Mm-hmm. And we went up there, and it was really
And
cool.
we really should have carpooled because she lives like right by
Yeah,
us.
I know.
but we didn't know
Really
that she was
close.
going at the
Yeah,
time.
and we didn't know her, so we got lucky.
She would have been real like, what?
So yeah, we met up in Heber and we sat at the same table and we ate delicious food that was
Well,
made by the Redmond
some of us
Farms.
did.
Yeah, some of us are choosing not
He
to
was
eat.
eating his delicious shake,
Shake.
and I was chowing down on meat,
I also was chowing down on meat and salt
and it was
and like
so good. 'cause
I don't know,
that's-
salad or something.
I know that's
I
what
can't
we do
remember
though.
what else was
The
there,
good,
but
the
it was
good
delicious.
meats. Yeah.
Okay, how do you spell Kate's Meats and Meals on Facebook?
CAYTS MEATS and Mills MEALS.
Okay, let's see. It's not gonna. CAYTSMEATSAND.
Yeah, did you do the at sign before?
Yeah.
Well, there's
So
a space
silly.
between the at and the
No, there's
C.
not.
Kate's Meats and Mills. But yeah, so I started Kate's Meats and Mills just more for like myself to journal the delicious foods I was making and the recipes that I was creating. And it's just kind of taken off in a fun way. Yeah, it's been fun.
Okay.
So she's actually famous here.
Yeah,
she's
she
been on
is.
TV like all over the place.
Yeah.
No.
And she's nice enough to come to our house and talk to
She
us.
is.
No.
Yep.
No, I do.
That's true.
I do get invited to go cook with Fox. I've cooked with ABC4, Good Things Utah, quite a bit. Fox I do twice a month or so, and I've actually got to go up this Thursday, and we're going to pre-film something that we'll be showing on April 1st.
For April Fool's Day.
I know, and I've been debating, am I going to do like a funny, like,
You
make it
probably
look like,
should.
I know, but then I'd have to like change all of my plans that I've already got in place. But like a really fun April Fool's dinner that I would represent well, because it's meat, is like the little muffin cup meatloaves, and then you
Oh,
make
that'd
the
be cute.
frosting out of mashed potatoes.
Uh-huh.
Hey, you guys are distracted.
Yeah. He's like, food, stop talking food.
Well, I got a job to do right now.
Sharing.
Yeah.
Share all the things.
But what I put a poll up on my Instagram and my Facebook page, and
Not a pull-up.
not a pull up,
And not a pull-up like
pull,
the
yeah.
potty training.
not my yeah, between two different ones, and the curry chicken salad is kind of killing it.
Oh, wow.
So I might have to show that one off because it is a really good springy. You think, we're moving into warmer weather. I think people are like, oh, picnic outside, something light and refreshing. And I think that's the direction I'll probably end up taking that
April,
recipe. Yeah. So I'm excited for
I'm almost done.
warmer weather. You?
Yeah. Today was awesome. I got
I
a little
like-
sunburn.
I really like spring
I love
and
spring.
fall. Spring
is
and
beautiful.
fall. Love it.
It's amazing. I'm super excited for for it as well. I got my flowers planted yesterday and
Nice.
feeling lovely.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm almost done. You guys
You're
keep on
good, you're
talking.
good.
Are we shared?
In almost all the places.
Sharing. Everybody can hear us, right?
Yeah, but I forgot to turn this thing up,
The
and it's recording
microphone.
now. And yeah, I was shirking in my
Shirkin.
shirking.
This is
Something.
pretty neat.
Stop obsessing about the stuff.
Yeah.
It's so cool.
Brenda says hi.
Yeah. Oh, I guess I should tell you what some of the
Carla
comments
says
are.
lowcarbevents.com. Sites. Oh, to 2 other lives. Oh, speaking of other events, Keto Fest and Keto Con are happening.
Are you on Twitter?
No.
Okay, I
don't
won't
tweet.
tag you.
I should be, but that's just one more thing for me
Yeah,
to waste time
like
on.
spend your energy between certain things. So
I know.
Miriam does Instagram.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
takes all my time.
really?
She sometimes does Facebook. I do Twitter and the Facebook and Reddit.
Reddit.
And
Yes.
yeah,
I don't
and
think you need
it's
one.
it's a waste of time. No,
Rabbit hole sucks you down.
that's right.
Everybody's mean on Twitter, so I don't like to
Not
go there.
everybody is mean on.
Okay, everybody except for Chris. Is
Everybody's mean
Twitter.
on Reddit.
Everybody's also mean. That's not
Keep
true.
it a little
There's like
too,
nice, some nice
blunt,
people.
It's
for
true.
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm almost ready to engage. I just have one more
Okay.
that I need to do, and that's on Reddit.
What I want to hear from you guys are what are some of your guys' favorite things to cook on the grill? What are some of your favorite things to cook outside? Because that is my forte, the outdoor cooking. So, how can you cook keto outside? And what do you guys like to do? Let's engage. Let's have a conversation.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's do it.
So now I'm ready to read you their comments in case you guys missed them. You got to turn up
Yes.
the volumes. You can. Let's see.
Okay.
Just had my first Keto Chow a week ago, and I'm hooked. What flavor should I try next? I'm thinking Snickerdoodle. Snickerdoodle's good.
Yeah, I like to make waffles out of Snickerdoodle.
Yeah.
Oh, yum. I
Did
think
you-
the root beer float looks crazy good.
Did you ever try any
No,
Keto Chow?
I need to get the sample system going down.
Yeah.
Because
I thought you were gonna come by the warehouse and
know.
get some. You
and
totally
I
didn't.
text you guys. I was like, "Are you guys there?"
No.
Because I was like in the
we're
car.
not there.
I was like, "Oh, I'm turning around. I gotta get kids from the bus."
Dang
That
it.
was my no.
It's okay.
It's gonna happen.
Kate's poking her head in here real quick.
Kate and Kate.
Kate and
Kate,
Kate.
Kate,
Kate.
Kate.
All right, so let's see. Someone got some electrolyte drops. She loved them. Meat and
Good.
salt. Everybody loves meat and salt.
Yes.
Let's see. Blah, blah, blah. Emily says, we're on Reddit and think you guys rock. That's right. Steak and asparagus.
Oh,
Brenda
yum.
says steak and asparagus.
And right now, asparagus is in season, and so it's like
That's a good price.
affordable. Yeah, because I've been seeing it like 99 cents a pound, and oh, I love asparagus. You can make a killer like cream of asparagus soup, keto style.
Yeah.
Oh, so good,
Okay.
so good. But grilled asparagus, especially wrapped in bacon, happy place.
Brenda says, and as bad as it sounds, what we call welfare burgers. Not sure what welfare burgers
Is that kind of like a tinfoil dinner?
might be.
Because, no, there's no shame in that.
No.
I think it sounds awesome.
One of my friends gave me a recipe. They called them beer can burgers,
Mm-hmm.
but someone else called them. One of their little kids said, "No, Daddy, they're elephant stomp burgers."
Yeah, because you
Like
pretty
you put
much
the
get a
can
great
around
big
it?
piece of hamburger and you push and, kind of hollow out that.
Yeah, and then,
So, yeah, it could be an elephant
then
stump.
fill it up with cheese.
Fill it up
and-
with cheese, some chilies, some whatever.
Bacon.
Yep, bacon.
So
Can
we
never
got
go wrong with bacon.
avocado PJ cheese. I'm not sure what that is. Wrapped in
Pie cheese. Oh,
that's a J. Wrapped in hamburger, then wrapped in bacon with G. Hughes sauce. Oh yeah, that sounds really
That
good.
sounds delicious. I like that combination of those ingredients.
London
They all
broil
go
steak.
really good. London broil's
And then
awesome.
put butter herb sauce on it with green vegetables.
Ooh,
and
I have a really good compound butter that you guys need to try. It's a resting butter. When you pull your steak off, you have a pad of this butter either on your plate, your cutting board, or your slate, whatever you're resting your steak on. But I made this to go in a Thanksgiving turkey.
Okay.
And it's a combination of your garlic, your herbs, your butter, and then cooked bacon all in the blender. So you make a compound butter with the blended bacon in it.
Okay.
And then you slather that on top of the steak and under the steak. And steaks are good.
Well, yeah.
But then when you throw a bacon butter compound on that, it's phenomenal.
So we're not talking about using bacon fat. We're talking about actual bacon.
We're talking actual cooked bacon.
Okay.
With the softened room temperature butter.
Okay.
And then some garlic herb seasonings. And you blend
Wow.
it all together. And
Okay.
you throw that in there. So at I did this on Fox 13 where I made that butter and I put it in a spatchcock turkey. I rubbed it under the skin of the turkey, on top of
wow.
the skin.
And
smoked
spatchcock
that
is where
turkey.
you split it in half,
Yep,
right?
it's where you break the breastbone and you lay it flat so you have a more
Okay.
even cook throughout your meat,
Wow.
so your meat doesn't finish faster than in other spots. But
That's nice.
that bacon butter compound, oh my, it's so good, and there's some good fats in that.
Yeah. All right. So
sure.
a couple other people said, the burgers that she was talking about are giant burgers with onions, bell peppers, and a bunch of seasonings.
Hey, that sounds way good.
Pepper jack. Apparently, pepper jack on the grill. Have you ever smoked cheese?
Oh yeah.
Okay. See, I
You
haven't
gotta
got
have
to that
like
yet.
40 degrees or less. Like this
Like-
temperature is getting warm, middle of the night, you could still smoke some really good cheese.
Okay.
And having a smoker, if you put it on low smoke, that almost is too hot. It is too hot.
Okay.
So-
you need like a side.
You need a
The
cold
side thing.
smoke box, or
Yeah.
you can do like a smoke tube that you put in the chamber of
Oh,
your
yeah.
smoker, because it's not producing a lot of heat, but it will produce just enough smoke.
Okay.
And so smoked cheese is phenomenal. The trick though is to not eat it right away, because it's like you licked an ashtray. It's like,
because it needs to
that's
absorb in,
disgusting.
right?
Yes, it needs about 6 weeks for it to mellow, and then that acrid taste really chills out, and it just is a delicious, so good.
Nice.
Yeah,
Nice.
smoked cheese is always good.
I want smoked cheese.
I
Now,
know.
6
Smoke
weeks,
it
you
now,
can
and then
eat.
you can eat it.
Yeah.
that's true.
Yeah.
Huh. Maybe I should do that. I have a really hard time right now with smoking meat because I'm not eating it.
I know, and you're like
family has
dying
to
because
suffer.
you have to sit and watch this beautiful process happen, and then
Well, and
not
Audrey,
eat it.
right there, the one on the end, they had a dance.
and they
she,
made a
she wanted
brisket.
brisket.
You were telling me about that.
And
Oh, that's
slice it up.
killer.
And it-
I ate some.
I was slicing it up. I'm like,
Just squeeze the juice into the keto chow.
Yeah.
Squeeze the juice into
well,
it.
I had
Yeah.
never tried. So I separated the flat from the point.
Yep.
I'd never tried that before.
Make burn ends.
No, I just smoked them separately.
Yeah.
But I was slicing up the point, and oh my gosh, it was just like super juicy. It was
It's
insane.
gorgeous, isn't it?
Yep. Let's see. Okay, couple of other people. Pork chops with zucchini.
I did a segment with pork chops and zucchini on Fox this last August, and I paired it up with zoodles.
Okay,
Have you guys made zoodles?
I'm sure they have.
Zoodles are awesome. It's
This
a
is
great
keto
alternative,
territory, yeah.
right? And pork chops and zoodles are like, it's a really good dinner to have. It feels nice and balanced for sure.
So how do you make
Yeah.
the pork chops?
On my smoker, of course, a reverse sear technique where,
Okay, so
yeah,
now, okay, let's step back for a minute.
Yeah.
So Caitlyn here.
She has a smoking addiction.
I have a smoking addiction.
Miriam has a problem with
Not
keto cookbooks
Yes.
and chandeliers.
Chandelier.
Caitlyn has
gorgeous,
a
by the way.
problem with smokers.
I do. It's a good problem.
It's
though,
true.
You guys. It's a tasty
bit of an obsession.
problem.
Now, okay,
Yeah.
how many do you have now?
Right now I have 5. It's just
And what's
5.
the most you've ever had
6.
at the same
But
time?
yeah, like, but that's like, I've got the grills.
Yeah.
I just need to get rid of these things because I don't use my grills anymore. And I don't use certain smokers anymore, so I just
Yeah.
need to get rid of them.
Well, you said so when we went to Real Salt, you said that you'd actually like given them away and stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, because now
Getting-
you've
and now
moved
I'm
on to
getting
bigger
ready
and
to
better.
push some more out the door and move on to bigger and better. Yes.
Okay.
I love my smokers though.
Now you told a story when you were introducing yourself, and I've been telling people this story too, but I want people to hear it from
Yes.
your lips.
Okay, here's the story, guys. 5th grade, it was 5th grade because I had Mr. Chappell as my teacher at the time. And we were in a split 4th, 5th grade class. But my mom doesn't love the smell of like jerky. She always is like, oh, if you're going to eat that away from me. So she would never buy jerky. And I have been a carnivore since probably birth. I love meat. And so I was bound and determined to make my own jerky. And I flipped through, it was probably the Millard County cookbook at the time. I don't even know which cookbook. But I found a jerky recipe. My dad was a big hunter, so our deep freeze in the garage was full of meat. So my parents worked until 6, and I knew when I got home from school, I had X amount of time to make the marinade and get the jerky in the marinade.
Okay,
so,
you're how old again?
What is 5th grade? Like 10, 11?
Yeah, like
10,
that.
11.
Okay.
And so I got home, sliced up all the meat, I made a marinade, I had that jerky marinated, and I found our food dehydrator, and I hid it under my bed so that my mom wouldn't know what I was doing. And I got all the jerky in there all lined up and made myself some jerky, and it made my room smell amazing to me. But I was like, my mom's gonna know. So I shoved towels under the door so she wouldn't smell it. Yeah, and then it was done by the next morning. I mean, I like all night long, I was like having crazy like...
You were worried.
Like dreams, like, oh, it smells so good in here. She's gonna know. And then the next day I brought little Ziploc baggies of jerky to school, and I was the cool kid. Everyone's like, oh, hook me up. I didn't kill anybody. It was done the right way. I cured it right. I dehydrated it just right. It was really good.
So again, this is kind of how it all started, right?
Yeah, I think that I've been a carnivore, well, obviously, but like there's something about that rich smokiness and meat that it's ingrained in us, you know, and I've been reading a little bit about like, you know, when did smoking start?
Oh, sure,
You
I
know,
don't know. Caveman time.
exactly, and the preservation techniques that they've been using for thousands of years.
Yeah.
And something that really stood out to me when I was reading about it was the men were the hunters and the women were the pit masters.
Really?
They were the...
I never thought about that.
yeah.
That sounds right.
I know, because the men were the hunters and the gatherers, and the ladies were the ones back with the children, taking care of the kids, and preserving, smoking the meats and stuff. So the original pit masters were ladies.
Okay.
Nah. And I just love that so much.
That's awesome.
I'm like, yes. It's the primitive in me, the primitive man within me that I smell that smoke and I hear that meat sizzling and I'm just love it
It's
so
tradition.
much. Yes. Love it. Yep.
Okay. So you've been doing all this pretty much your whole life, right?
Well, yeah, since 10. You know, there was one time, probably 12, my parents were on a business trip in Vegas, and my mom said, for every dinner you make while I'm gone, I'll pay you $1. And I was like, done. I'm going to earn like $5. Digging through the deep freeze once again, I found a turkey, and I cooked my first turkey when I was like 12.
Wow.
I totally left the packet of gizzards and everything inside of it.
Oh.
Hey, we've all
But
been
I
there.
cooked a turkey.
We've all
Yes.
been there. Was it? Did
I-
it cook all the way through?
I don't
It
think
cooked
I
all the
did
way
that,
through, yeah.
But that doesn't
I've
mean
totally
it
done
wasn't
that.
done before.
I know. I was like, I have no idea what that is. I don't know
Hey,
what that is.
I've cooked a pizza in a new oven that
With
still had
the
the plastic
plastic
lining
around it.
that shrink wrapped to the pizza. So
Oh, that was bad.
yeah, that was bad.
Nasty.
We were helping somebody move. This
Yeah.
was years ago, but all right. So you've been doing carnivore. You've been
Yeah.
eating meat and stuff like that. Now,
Always loved it.
when we met a couple months ago, now when we introduced ourselves as Keto Chow, you're like, "Oh, hey, keto."
I love keto, yeah.
So, what's been now? Are you doing keto now?
Yes.
Okay. So
Yes.
okay. Tell us about your keto journey.
My
there and
keto
back
journey.
again, and
You guys
yeah.
ready for this?
There we go.
It all started one day when I went to my esthetician. I was getting laser hair removal. I was talking to her about, I just feel foggy headed. I can't lose this weight. I just feel like I'm in a rut. And she was like, dude, you need to try out keto.
How long ago was this?
This has been over a year ago.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's been like a year and a half ago. And she's like, this is like made me feel like me again. And here I am, like, had babies, had surgeries from babies, you know, my body has not felt like me for a while. And so she was talking to me about, well, she introduced me to, I think it's Diet Doctor Keto.
Okay, yeah.
.com.
Diet Doctor, yeah.
Yeah. And so she's like, you should just go and check it out. Just go look it up. And so I was looking it up and I'm like, these people are eating the stuff that I love. And they're losing weight. What? Oh my gosh. And I'm like, I could totally do this. This means like not eating beans or pasta or fruit or the simple things which are really fluff
or
to
bread.
me. Yeah, like bread. And I'm not a huge bread eater as it was. The hard thing for me was cutting out soda. Almost suck off a soda. But making that choice for better health for myself was like, I got this. And so I started that journey like cold turkey. I was like, I'm doing this. And yeah, the first week I felt like yuck because I just cold turkey and I wasn't supplementing myself with the electrolytes or the magnesium or those bonus things that can help you with that crappy feeling that you're initially going through. But then after I got through that initial stage, I felt better than I have felt in so long. The mental fog was clear. My motivation felt stronger than it has in a long time. I think I dusted all the blinds in my house. Like, I had laundry done. It was like, it wasn't even noon yet. And I'm like, this is amazing. And it's not like I'm doing drugs or anything. I'm just being good to myself.
Just eating meat.
Yeah. Dang, right? And so just that simple change meant such a big impact on my life. And that's like, you know, I've gone off of keto a few times because it was like, okay, we're going on family vacation. I really want to dig into those donuts. I really want to just enjoy this and not. And so, you know, every time I have gone off of it, I've gone, ugh, this isn't worth it.
Oh, okay.
This isn't worth it to me. I would rather feel as good as I do in ketosis.
Okay.
And so, you know, yeah, that pizza was good, but is it that good? I don't know. So that's finding the balance, you know. I think that's where I'm at right now.
Well, some people are, so I'm a black and white guy.
Yeah.
I'm either doing it or I'm not.
Yeah.
Some people, they benefit from perspective.
Yeah.
So like you were talking about, you know, okay, you had the pizza, oh, that really wasn't good. That puts things back into perspective.
Yeah.
And a lot of people, well, and other people, yeah, it's interesting how we can do it differently.
Yeah, for sure. Well, and for me, the first time I went out of ketosis, like I had been in hardcore ketosis for 7 months or so.
Oh, wow.
Like 20 grams, no more a day, like very strict, and lost like 25 pounds and felt killer, felt so good. Yeah. The whole family, I have 5 kids, everyone had stomach flu, everyone was sick. And I was the only one still standing. And I was in survival mode. And I was like, I don't even care. Just give me the rolls. Give me the chicken noodle soup. And I just felt boo-hoo for me and ate whatever I wanted. Oh, and then I was like, well, since I'm not in ketosis anymore, then I'm just going to keep eating crap. And that was so wrong for me to do that. And how many times do we do that to ourselves, though? Yeah. And we just say, I've already screwed up, so what's the point? I'm just going to dig in. And then we rebound so badly.
Oh, yeah.
You know, like we don't say, okay, yes, I did have carbs, but back at it today, you know? How many times do we just go, well, I've screwed up, so what's the point? I'm just going to keep eating all that Easter candy that I really want to eat.
Now, Josh Packer just joined. And Josh, I want to make sure you stay on because we're going to be talking about smoking meat, okay?
The good
but
stuff.
Right now we're talking about her journey into keto. So now you are doing keto, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. And I really enjoy it. I love the way I feel when I am in ketosis. Like, I love the mental fog that is gone. Yeah. Because I feel like that's That's the biggest benefit for me, honestly, is the sharpness that I feel and the motivation that I feel by doing it.
Now, does your family do keto, or they just kind of...
Clint, I'm throwing you under the bus. Your cute husband. But he's like, I'll support you. I'll do keto with you. And he sends me a text message like 2 hours into his first day of it. And he's like, I threw away the bun to my breakfast sandwich. I'm in ketosis. I'm like, no, you're not. And he's always like, oh, I can feel it. I can feel the ketosis. I'm in it.
I can feel the ketosis.
I'm like, no, you're not. He thinks he's so funny. He is funny.
Weird.
But yeah, he doesn't love the vegetables as much as I do.
Okay.
Because like eating a big bowl of cheesy broccoli for lunch for me, not a big deal. That sounds awesome, you know? For him, he'd be like, why are you doing that?
Well, so we just went to the Boulder Carnivore Conference, Carnivory-Con.
Oh my goodness.
You should have come.
It
That
was
sounds
really
amazing.
cool.
So,
We
but
had beef ribs.
Oh,
some of us had beef ribs.
dino ribs.
I'm sorry, I had
Yeah,
enough
they were
for
dino
you.
ribs. But one of the key takeaways that I got was, well, plants aren't your friends, and you don't have to eat plants.
You don't
If
have to eat
you don't
plants,
have to.
yeah.
If traditionally we always knew that the majority of the best place to get nutrients was meat,
Yeah.
and so if you wanted to get vitamins, you wanted to get minerals, you would eat meat.
Yeah.
And somehow we lost that, and it became eat your vegetables, eat your fruits, whatever.
Well, in this food pyramid that is completely wrong.
Yeah.
That we've all been, ingrained into our heads. Like, it's not right though.
No.
Yeah.
But so if your husband doesn't want to eat vegetables, doesn't have to.
He
I eat
doesn't have to.
vegetables. Well, okay, I normally eat vegetables for fun.
Yeah.
It's for recreation. Like we go out to the steakhouse and they're like, "What side do you want?" It's like I would like broccoli
Only
with
broccoli.
cheese
With oodles and puddles
bacon.
of cheese.
and butter and sour cream. Okay, sir, do you want chives on that? Yes, I do.
Absolutely.
Because I'm making a loaded baked potato.
I think that broccoli, or I think that veggies just make your plate look more appealing.
Yeah.
Yeah. It just
Well,
makes it look pretty.
And for some people, they do veggies just fine.
Yeah.
We know a lady who, her name is Amber O'Hearn, and she cannot have vegetables.
Oh, how weird.
It causes all sorts of problems for her.
See, for me, my gut health, I really like veggies.
Okay,
Yeah.
works for you?
I know.
Do
If it works for you, then that's what you do.
Okay, so now, just to, I think it's Brandon. Who was it? Yeah, Brandon keeps on asking, you're not eating meat. So,
He's not eating meat.
Yes. Let me explain
We
something.
are.
If you're one of Caitlyn's friends, thank you very much for joining us. Okay. So I'm the guy who, here's my shirt. I am the guy that came up with Keto Chow, and my wife supported me, and we have lots of friends and family who have helped as well. Right now, this moment, I'm doing a self-experiment on myself where for 100 days, starting January 2nd, I'm not eating anything but the keto meal replacement that we make, which is called Keto Chow.
More points to this dude. That's amazing.
I'm currently
You
on
can go on
day
a brisket fast.
Yeah, I'm currently on day 77 of those 100 days. It's going really well.
Hey, the reason you're doing this is to prove that your product is awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is.
It's not just for a protester. It's like
No,
to
yeah.
show that you're.
It's a proof of concept.
Yeah,
it's
proof of concept, and his lab results and everything stand behind
Yeah.
what they have, and it's impressive.
I'm getting my blood test results. I'm doing all this stuff. It's been really interesting.
Yeah.
We went to that conference last week, and people would ask me about it, and they're like, so is it nutritionally complete? I'm like, yes, it is. And they're like,
Yes.
how do you know? I'm like, because today is
He's
65.
living proof of it. Exactly. It's a
So-
full meal replacement, and it's amazing.
Yeah, and it's not so. And just to step back from that a bit, it is designed so that you can eat it 3 meals a day, but it's not recommended nor suggested that you do. If you have your jaw wired shut and you can't eat anything because whatever, you can live off it.
Absolutely, yeah.
But normally, and this is what Miriam does, this is kind of what Kate does, this is what most people who use it do, 1 or 2 times a day with fantastic keto meals for dinner, like brisket. And so during these 100 days, I haven't been eating anything but Keto Chow. I am down 38 pounds, so that's cool.
That's
but,
amazing.
I had a bit to lose.
And it's not like he is losing out because the amount of Keto Chow flavors that you guys
Yeah,
have
we
is
got 18.
incredible. Yeah.
You still need to stop by and get some.
I know, root beer float.
It's good.
Gosh,
That's what I had today. Root beer float.
that sounds amazing.
What's
Anyway.
up, Brenda?
So that's enough of me. Okay. So let's see. We were talking about your keto journey.
Yeah.
So you are doing keto now.
Yes.
Are your kids doing keto at all, or are they
No.
they're just benefiting from more meat?
Yeah, more meat, more cheese,
Yeah.
all that good stuff. They enjoy it.
Now, have you? I don't know if you've even thought about this. Have you ever toyed with the idea of trying carnivore?
Just meat?
Yeah, just meat.
I don't know if I would dig that because I do enjoy my veggies. I
Okay.
really do. I don't think I could go full carnivore.
Okay. Well, some people that doesn't work. Some people
Yeah.
they love it. Other people don't.
I would
but,
get the meat
Water?
sweats like crazy. Oh, thank you.
Oh, water. Hey, there you go. Okay, so let's get back to the main event.
Dun, dun, dun.
So you do classes, right?
Yes. So Kate's Meats and Mills has partnered up with Camp Chef, the outdoor cooking company, and we have got 25 different Cal Ranch locations that me and Jack Carlisle either combo, separate, or him, one way or another, we're teaching at, and it is really like Pellet Girls 101 class.
Yeah, because
Teaching people.
you kind of explained this at the thing we were going. Sorry to interrupt you.
No, you're good.
But you can take a sip. That's great. But one of the things that you said was that so not everybody wants to be a pit boss.
Yeah.
I don't want to be a pit boss. I don't want to be in competitions. I don't want to have to like slice it
I
and
know.
reduce an entire brisket to a single sandwich. And
I
all that
don't
other
need
stuff.
my chicken thighs to look beautiful in order to eat them. And
Yeah.
I don't like the thought of someone telling me my ribs are cooked wrong because they're cooked to the way I like them. You know what I mean? Like, it's not, this class is not teaching you how to be a comp professional or how to be a pit master. This is teaching you the everyday cooking on your pellet smoker and your outdoor cooking equipment. I use it 5 out of 7 days, 365 days out of the year.
You're talking about your pellet grill?
Yeah.
What type
Yeah.
of pellet grill are you using right now?
I use Camp Chef pellet grills.
You using a woodwind or are you using one of the
I
other
have a
ones?
Woodwind, I have an
Oh,
SGX, and I have the Lux. Yeah.
Which one do you prefer?
They're all the same.
Oh,
It just depends on what size I'm looking for. My
On-
Woodwind SG is a 24-inch
Okay.
pellet grill, and it's awesome for if it's just my quick little family meal. But like this last weekend, I threw down 25 corned beef brisket flats. So
Okay.
I had all my smokers out, loaded to the max, double shelves, smoking up all of these corned beefs. So it just depends on what I'm going for.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, a lot
So
of cool
different
features in
tools,
each
right?
one. Yeah.
My friends say I'm a tool.
Aw, jerk faces.
Okay, so you're talking about somebody asked if they've got a Cal Ranch down in Low, Arizona.
I believe that's on the list.
Are you sure? Wow.
Let me double check and I can tell you the dates.
Now, are all these dates by chance on your site?
Not yet because we're waiting for Cal Ranch to put them there so
Okay.
that when people go to Cal Ranch and want to book the class that it's available.
Okay,
So let me check
because
and
there's
see.
a Cal Ranch in West Jordan, and
And
I
I'm
want you
gonna
to-
be there.
Okay.
Heck yes.
Yes, we need to put it on the calendar.
Oh, Sholo,
Yeah.
Arizona. Okay, so she's gonna check.
The ones in
Pam.
Arizona. Let's check and see which ones.
Pam can cook too.
Yes, she can. We went to Pam's
Yeah.
house,
She
and we
makes
almost got stuck in a mud
delicious
puddle,
cheese.
but we turned on the
She's
4-wheel
sick,
drive.
Too. She got sick.
Oh, she got
from-
sick too?
Yeah, she got like
Dang.
strep. Sorry, Pam.
I know Yuma, Arizona, Sierra Vista, Casa Grande. Those are the ones in Arizona.
Okay.
Flagstaff, Sholo.
Sholo?
Sholo
You know
is
what
July
day?
11th.
July
Okay,
11th.
July 11th.
July 11th.
Sholo, Dan.
And that
Okay.
will be Jack Carlisle. He's the executive chef at Camp
Camp
Chef.
Chef.
He will be the one that is down there for that showing, like for that class. But you guys, this class is killer. Most smoking classes, most barbecue classes, they're $100+.
Yeah.
Our class, it's $30.
And doesn't it like include a voucher or something
It
like that?
includes a $25 gift certificate voucher to the Cal Ranch.
Which is
Plus,
a $5
we've got
class.
real salt in our swag bag.
Woo, real salt.
Real salt's going to be hooking up all of the swag bags.
Nice.
And so that will be killer because a really big key part to barbecue is how you salt your meat. And that is like, there's 4 elements when it comes to good cooking: salt, fat, acid, heat.
Isn't
And there's
there show
there's a
about that?
Netflix series about it, and I highly recommend everyone watching
Can
that.
we link it?
It's so good.
It's on the
It's so
Netflix,
good. There's
yeah.
only like
It's
4
on the
episodes
Netflix.
of it, but each of those episodes I gained so much perspective, and I've got the book that I've just dove right into, and it really helps wrap your head around how to create balance in
Okay.
your cooking process and how to salt foods properly. And so, I mean, we're going to be talking about that in the class. And
Oh, wow.
so, bonus that Real Salt will be giving everybody that attends the class salt,
Yeah.
because that's the salt that I choose.
When you go through that like crazy, right?
Boxes and boxes and boxes of
Oh.
it. I love this stuff.
Tell them about your plank.
About my salt thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you try it out yet?
No.
You haven't tried it?
No, I can't even tell you guys about it. But when I was up at Real Salt, because I've been researching like how to grill steak on salt rocks, and they're like, well, here's this beautiful.
salt rock.
It's like thick. It's huge, and so I need to throw it.
It's
in
like
my
a cedar
smoker.
plank that's super thick. That's just salt.
It's
right?
just salt.
And a salt crusted cooked steak is like to die for. And now I have the power to do it myself.
There you go.
Yeah.
Don't
I'm
fear the
excited.
salt.
No, I don't fear the salt.
You're like, I don't
Nope.
want to get keto flu.
Nope. And
Bring on the salt.
Bring on the salt. There's no shame there, for sure.
So I have a question.
Okay.
Yes.
When you go to restaurants, are you disappointed because nothing's as good as you can make it at home?
Totally. It's like, it's so depressing to go to a restaurant and spend 20, 40, 60 bucks,
Yeah.
whatever, on a steak. And it's like, I could have done this at home way better. Like, it happens all the time. Me and my
Aw.
girlfriends went up to, I won't say the restaurant.
As a restaurant?
Yeah, a restaurant in Brigham City.
Oh,
And I was
I know what you're talking
so
about.
particular when I asked about the steak. I said, so if I order it medium rare, are you really going to give it to me medium rare? Or is it
What
going to come
temperature is
out
it gonna be?
well done? And is it going
Yeah.
to, what's the color in the inside? Because I know how I like my steaks.
Yeah.
I've perfected it.
Yeah.
I like to say that, like I sound like a jerk. Like, perfected it. But really, I know what I like. And so she's like, oh, we cook these all the time. Like, we know what we're doing. She brought out my steak, and I'm like, that's a piece of leather. Are you for real? Like, and even the little thing in it said that it was medium rare. And I'm like, cutting into it, and I'm like, there's not even a touch of pink in this whole piece of beef. So I was like, once again, just cook it myself. You know what I mean? Like, or just order a
So
salad
then just order
or
a
something.
salad and you
yeah,
won't be as disappointed.
exactly. Order
Broccoli.
the chicken fried steak or something. I don't know.
But that's not keto.
I know. No, it's not. Scrape that stuff off. No. Yeah. So that's like something that even my husband, he's like, you've ruined me. He goes out of town for work and they go to somewhere to eat. And he's
We're
like,
gonna go to this amazing place.
so
He's like,
good.
yeah, when we're home, how about you guys to stop by my house and
know.
try some of this stuff?
He's like,
We'll
you
take
ruined
a
me.
choice steak and
I
we'll
know, and turn it into amazing. It's true. But that's just something I think has come with experience and a lot of experimentation as well. Like understanding, even if you're not temping your meat, understanding the texture that you want your meat to be at finished point.
So you're talking about like how
yeah.
spongy it is.
Yeah,
or whatever.
because, a big benefit when you are grilling or barbecuing is getting a good internal thermometer. Because knowing the accuracy, like checking your meat temperatures is going to give you the most accurate results, right?
Yeah.
So if you don't have a good one of those, then understanding the texture of your beef. I wouldn't do that with chicken. Chicken you just don't mess around with. You cook it to 165.
Yeah.
You don't go medium rare with chicken unless you want to be a slave to the bathroom.
Although there was an article that said you really should be cooking your pork to a lower temperature.
Yeah, pork can be cooked just like beef.
Oh, really?
Yep, we've been told, because dirty pig farms cook it to a higher temperature. Things are not that way. You can cook a pork steak just like you can a beef steak. And
So we're
I
talking
highly
like
recommend
rare or medium?
You can. You absolutely can.
Really?
Yeah. Like a pork
Wow.
loin is phenomenal. I cook it to 140.
Okay.
Got the carryover temperature. It'll end up at like 145.
Yeah.
It's some of the juiciest, best
Wow.
pork. Yeah. Like every degree above that is drying out and making it tougher.
Yeah.
So a really good tip for good barbecue is internal temperature.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, here's a fun thing. So I got a thermo pop.
Yeah.
The little red one.
Those are great.
I just
So-
put it away.
Yeah, you did just put it away. So our range over there, it's induction.
Yeah.
Guess what it does to thermopops?
What does it do?
It reboots them continuously
Really?
every 3 seconds.
Oh my goodness.
So I was
had
like,
no idea.
I put it on there. I was like,
It's
what
like
the crap? What the
what's
crap?
going on?
What the crap? And then I'd be
Because
checking
it's
it
metal.
afterwards, and it would work.
how random is
And
that?
I Googled it. There was nothing, and I finally found a help page that said, it's like, my thermopop keeps on doing blah, blah, blah,
With my
resetting.
induction stovetop,
It's like,
yeah.
you may be using an induction stove. I'm like,
That explains
what?
it.
Yeah.
They're like, yeah, just turn it off.
The
check
induction
it.
stove.
Yeah, check it, and then you turn it off.
Because it can hop back on
Yeah,
that fast.
anyway,
Yeah.
so
That's
that-
really interesting. ThermoWorks is a great company. That's another Utah company.
Are they in Utah?
Yep, they're in Utah. They're just based out of Linden or American Fork.
Oh, that makes sense.
They're right there. I mean,
Yeah.
Utah has killer companies. We've got our Real Salt. We've
Yeah.
got Camp Chef. I mean, Traeger's a Utah company as well.
Yeah.
ThermoWorks. They're all right
Oh,
here.
we should have invited ThermoWorks to the Keto
I know.
Utah.
I love
Dang.
them.
Conference.
Okay, somebody had a
Hi,
question.
Holly.
Yeah.
Where do you usually buy your meat?
A lot of the times I buy it at Macy's.
Okay.
I like their Angus certified beef.
Okay.
I like
And
it
that's
quite
a
a bit.
that's a local Utah
It's
grocery
a local,
store.
yeah, it's an Associated Foods grocer. I buy it a lot from there, and I also really like Costco. They have great
Okay.
quality. And
Especially when you're traveling, right?
yeah,
'Cause-
because like, say you go to Sholo, Arizona, and you're like, I don't know the grocery stores for sure what kind of quality, how they cut their meat. The nice thing about Costco is it's very consistent, and they always carry a good quality product.
Yeah.
But I tend to be like, I love to shop the sales, like when they've got certain meats on sale at Macy's.
Yeah.
That's what we're having for dinner that week.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like, but of course, there's other times where it's like, I don't care what tri-tip costs, I'm buying it because it's
yeah.
delicious. Yeah.
Now, do you prefer tri-tip or brisket?
Oh, tri-tip.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is it easier to cook, or why do you like it better?
2 ways you can cook tri-tip. If you've never tried cooking a tri-tip like a brisket, you should try it.
Okay.
That's a lot of tries.
Now, do you need to trim it like a brisket, or can you just
There's really not much to trim on a
you
tri-tip.
basically just salt it and
Salt,
throw it in
pepper,
there? Yeah.
smoke the crap out of it. That's Papa Jack for you.
Okay. Looks like I'm gonna do a tri-tip when I.
You should.
You know
You
what?
could do a tri-tip for
I-
me.
I will do a tri-tip for the keto meetup.
I'll eat it.
You should. So reverse sear technique on a tri-tip is probably the most popular though.
Okay, now that's where we started with this whole
Yes.
thing with you making your
Pork chops.
well, no, with you making beef jerky in your bed.
Yes.
What is a reverse sear?
So we have been taught sear your meat first and then slowly bring up the temp, or in the internal temp of your steak. So
Okay.
people are
The
searing it
sear
first.
in the juices.
Yes, to
Which-
sear in the juices so that they're not escaping and
Because that works
anyways,
really well.
Yeah.
Which makes sense when
Well-
you think
It
about
makes sense, but yet the reverse sear makes even more sense.
Okay, so
So the reverse sear, we're gonna take our meat, and here is something that this is something I love to do. And
Okay.
this is like maybe because I was lazy one day and it turned out amazing. But simply taking from the freezer chicken breast or pork chops, or I even will throw a tri-tip. My rule of thumb is something 3 inches or thinner. I will take it straight from the freezer or cold. Cold meat will take on the smoke better.
Really?
Yes, you don't need it to room temperature. If you're grilling it,
Is that because, okay, now you said something about this when we were up at Real Salt.
yeah,
Because it only takes the smoke below a certain
correct. When you
temperature.
hit a certain temp, you're
Yeah.
not having that absorption of smoke.
Okay.
So put your meat on your smoker cold, because you're
Okay.
going to have more absorption, and it's going to stay juicier that way. So I put my meat on cold. I let it smoke. You know, it depends on the smoker you have. If you have a low smoke setting, a high smoke setting, if you're, a stick burner, what you're wanting is about 180 to 200 degrees on your smoke setting. So you're going to smoke it. And then what you want to do is you want to smoke it until it hits about 10 degrees below what you're wanting your final internal temperature to be.
Okay.
So does that make sense?
Yeah, so
Say
if you
want
want
a rare,
Yeah.
that's like 130 degrees,
Yeah.
internal temp finished. So you're going to smoke it until it hits 120 degrees.
Okay.
And then you sear it.
Okay.
And by doing so, you're going to have a much more even coloring in your meat, and you're going to have a much more juicy product.
Oh, and that 10 below is because it'll continue to work its way
You'll
through.
finish the final 10 degrees with your searing.
Now, are you
Yeah.
letting it rest before you sear, or are you just...
Well, that's why I love my sear box.
That's
On my
your-
Camp Chef,
yeah, your
I
Camp
have
Chef.
a sear box that goes up to 900 degrees.
That's
So
the
all
kind of
in-
temperatures they have in five-star restaurants.
Exactly. Woodward,
I've seen the
SG,
ad.
I know. Harmon Brothers, you might know the guys. Heck
We
yeah.
might know those guys.
Pretty fantastic. But I can take mine all on one unit from 165 degrees up to 900 degrees. And so, if you don't have the sear box, what people will do is take it off, wrap it in the foil, increase your temp so it gets nice and hot, and then throw it back on for the final sear.
Now, you could just, if you had like a
A
gas...
gasser, you
Yeah.
could totally do that, because
Okay.
the sear box is
It's just a gas.
it's run by propane,
Yeah.
correct? But it cranks out some serious heat.
Okay.
And so that's the bonus. Like, the faster you get that sear done, the
Oh.
juicier your meat will stay.
Okay.
So if you're searing it and it's like not very hot, you're drying your meat out. Those juices are escaping, and you are gonna have a tougher piece of meat and a drier piece of meat. So the trick is hot. and
Okay.
fast. Like,
Really?
pss, yeah. It works really, really good that way. Yeah.
That's really cool. Now,
Yeah.
you can, if you have a Camp Chef that doesn't have the sear box, you can buy that. I
Yeah.
think somebody was talking on the wood-fired subreddit about bolting one onto like the side of a Rectech.
No, people totally mod up their Traegers and their Rectecs or whatever, because they are finding they can't get hot enough temp to get that sear on a good steak.
Yeah.
If steak is your thing, sear box should be your thing.
Oh, really?
And so maybe
Now, are you searing? You're saying you're doing a reverse sear on tri-tip too, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I reverse sear tri-tip, my pork chops.
Oh, wow.
Red meat. You get a ribeye, get a cowboy steak, a tomahawk. You reverse sear those, and
Yeah.
your product is phenomenal.
Okay.
Yeah. If you don't have a sear box, don't care for a sear box, something else that Camp Chef has, like their versatile system that they have, it's called the 60X. It's like you take that sear box. It's not actually the sear box. It's like it's 2 burners.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
And that's what we keep in our camper. It's what we take camping with us all the time.
We have.
And you
2
can
of
put
those.
you can put your grill box right on top of that.
Uh-huh.
The grill box is like another accessory
Yep,
that you
we've got
can
one
put
of those.
on there. Yeah.
The
and
big,
then you have
the big something grill.
Yeah.
What is it called?
I don't remember what
there's
it's called.
the Yukon, there's all
Yeah.
different ones, but you can throw that grill box on there, and you're going to be pushing temps of like 800 or so. Might
Okay.
not be 900, but 800 is a heck of a lot better than
Oh, yeah.
450, right? So, yeah, they're great products.
Brandon says ThermoWorks is an American fork.
American Fork. Is that Brandon Williams?
It sure is.
Hi,
I want to
Brandon.
know where Eric is.
Eric Wagner, where are you?
I don't know, man. let's see. Somebody else had a question about seasonings. What like? Are you using dry rubs? Or are you just using salt and pepper? What are you using to season your
So
stuff?
here is what I like to tell people that might just be starting out.
Okay.
Don't go crazy buying up every rub at the barbecue store or at the grocery store. Less can be more. What I like to say is start with your basics: garlic, salt, pepper. And then when you feel like you've mastered that, then you can say, oh, I do want to throw in a little bit of paprika or chili flake, or maybe it's cumin, or what is it, that you're trying to achieve.
Yeah.
But really keeping it simple and tasting like the beauty of the meat and the smoke. If you load all these other flavors on there, you're going to be missing out on what you've created. That's how I feel. And I feel like I've really toned it back from a lot of the rubs and stuff, because I was buying them all the time. I was like, oh, I got to try this, I got to try this. And all of these things, when really simple is even better.
Okay.
Especially if you've got good quality meat. I mean, if you're buying garbage meat, then maybe you should buy all those rubs.
Well, along with that goes the wood that you're using.
Yeah.
What sort of? Now you're using pellet grills, right?
Yes, pellet grills.
What sort of wood are you going for?
I'm a hickory girl through and through.
Okay.
I love hickory, but I also really love to pull in sweetness, whether it's apple or cherry.
Okay.
So I will usually do a mix of hickory, add a little cherry.
Okay.
Hickory, add a little apple.
Now,
Our
is it
floor's made out of
lumberjack?
hickory.
I'm trying to remember.
beautiful.
There's a company they make a
Lumberjack. Makes
make-
a char hickory.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that is a phenomenal one, especially with beef. The
Okay.
pellets are black, and it's made with charcoal
Okay.
and hickory. And, the first signs of summer, you smell people lighting up their charcoal grills in their backyard, and that smell is so salivating. It's such a beautiful smell. So you can achieve that with Lumberjack, and Camp Chef now also have them. They're char hickory pellets. And Camp Chef has a killer one that's char cherry.
Okay.
So it's char, hickory, plus cherry, all in one.
All in one.
And you will not believe the beautiful bark you can get on like your pork butt or your brisket with that.
And the bark is the
colors-
outside
Yeah,
stuff.
the bark is, it's so beautiful. It's deep mahogany colors from pulling in that cherry.
Now, okay, I've got actually like 3 or 4 questions that are queued up in my brain. Do you do the crutch? Do you wrap in foil?
Depends on if I've got time or not. Like,
Okay.
if I'm in a rush and I'm hitting 165 and my meat is stalling out, which happens in a big piece of meat, it's part of the evaporative process that the meat is going through. It's kind of a cooling technique that the meat is going through. And so it's called the Texas crutch, where you wrap the meat to help push it through the stall to finish it a little faster. So it really depends on my time frame. Personally, I prefer not to wrap it because I love the bark, the crust.
And that
It
takes
kind
time
of
to
softens
develop.
it up.
right?
Yeah, it does. It takes time to develop. And it's probably the best part. I am like, when I'm cooking, I'm always out there like with a knife chopping up a little, just testing it.
It's the
Just gotta
cook's
test
prerogative.
it. Yep, I just gotta sample, make sure we're good. Yep, we're good.
Okay. Now you're talking about the simpler is better.
Yeah.
It sounds like you ascribe to the Texas philosophy that real barbecue doesn't need sauce.
Oh, agreed.
Okay.
Here's my thoughts.
Kansas City, you're
I know.
wrong. You are wrong.
And I don't
Still
love the
tastes good, yeah.
vinegary sauce either. Oh, I do not love vinegary sauce. But that's just my preference. Some people love it. That's awesome.
Yeah.
We're not here to fight about it, guys. Because people are so opinionated about barbecue. It's annoying. Like, oh, those ribs are falling off the bone. That's wrong. And I'm like,
That's
my
yumma.
belly says they're right. So whatever. But yes, I love to taste the creation of the smoke and the meat coming together. And I feel like sauce can take away from that. And, there's some things that's fine with sauce, but I kind of feel like if you go to a restaurant and it's overly sauced, to me, I'm like, what are you hiding? Like, is this cat food?
What's
Why
below
does this not-
choice?
I know. What's below choice? Select grade.
Select? Okay,
And then
it's
there's
probably
below
select.
select grade where they don't even get a grade.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
And yeah. But it's like, maybe they screwed up the technique or the process that they were cooking the meat and it didn't turn out how they wanted, and they're just like, sauce it.
Yeah.
No, it's good, sauce
It's just
it.
sugar.
I know, and I'm like, oh, that's too bad, because I want to taste what you've created, and I can't with all of this sauce on it.
Yeah.
I love things pure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, do you ever use barbecue sauce on like turkey or anything like that?
Not on turkey. I like to do that on my ribs, like the last 20 minutes. Like I will save the juices from the rib, mix those in with a little bit of barbecue sauce, and baste it and high heat it to kind of caramelize
Yeah.
on the ribs, but not so much that they're sticky and gooey, because
Okay.
that's not my style.
Now, are
so
you
much.
making your barbecue sauce, or you? Okay.
Yeah, and that I bought a ton of Lakanto Golden.
Oh, okay.
I need to try my recipe with that.
Okay.
And see how it turns out, because then
That'd be really interesting.
I know, because I'm like, the classic I don't think would do the trick. I think the golden would make it really good.
Now, our friend George Hernandez. So I'm going to suggest something
He
that's
said,
it's gonna make him cringe. So
Uh-oh.
have you heard of allulose?
Uh-uh.
So allulose, George has a problem with allulose. Most people don't have a
Is
problem
this
with
a
allulose.
sweetener?
Yeah, it's a sweetener.
Yes.
It's interesting though, because it will caramelize.
Oh,
Like,
really?
It'll completely caramelize.
Because Lakanto won't.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it behaves exactly like sugar. It's termed a rare sugar.
Yeah.
But anyway, it's
But it's zero carb.
yeah. Well, it cannot be metabolized by humans. We just don't break it down.
Yeah.
Which for some people is a problem, because it goes right through them and out the other side.
Yeah. Yeah.
But for some people, allulose, it works amazingly.
With barbecue sauce.
Yeah, because George makes he makes flan,
Oh.
but he
Do
makes
you ever make creme brulee?
his problem is he
my
doesn't have
gosh.
his flan is so good. And this was before he went keto, that he doesn't want to make it because it would be
not perfect.
it wouldn't be
Oh.
his your grandma's flan.
Yeah.
He's from Cuba.
Uh-huh.
So anyway, yeah. So you may want to check out allulose,
Interesting.
because it may give you that caramelized.
Yeah.
But it'll work for some people, won't
Yeah.
work for others.
That's interesting. That's something I'd have to try out for sure.
Yeah.
Because that is something like I love my barbecue sauce.
Yeah.
When I'm doing like a brisket mac and cheese, and you top it like mac and cheese.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, mac and cheese. They had mac and cheese at the when we went to
Why would
Real
they
Salt.
make? Oh yeah, we didn't eat it
Which
though.
it was really funny. No, but they had a lot of really good
They had
keto
some
options.
really
They
cool
did.
stuff.
They
If
had
any-
some killer keto
If
options.
any company who isn't like keto understands keto, it's Real Salt. And
Yeah.
Real salt was
I think we've
amazing.
got Ken Berry to thank for that, and what's his name?
Julie.
Drew Manning, and
Oh right,
a
and
bunch of them.
Liz Williams.
yeah,
James D. Big name.
Di Nicolantio, or however you say it.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Real salt is super
yeah,
accommodating.
they knew, and then I actually felt really bad, because we got up there and they had like all this amazing food, and I'm like,
What was the dessert that they had that was keto?
It was-
Raspberry with whipped cream.
But
But
I think it was just
they
cream.
had whipped cream that was made with
with
Lakanto.
Lakanto, yeah.
sweetener.
But while we were introducing ourselves, I'm like, hi. I'm Chris
can't
with
eat
Keto Chow.
anything.
I'm only drinking my stuff.
And
Your
I'm
stuff
an
looks
alcoholic.
amazing. I'm an alcoholic. Yeah, so I wanted to explain that so they wouldn't feel like I was like some jerk who wouldn't eat their stuff. But
yeah.
anyway,
Yeah.
let's see. Have you ever tried reverse sear like on a cast iron pan on the
Yeah,
stove?
you totally can. By doing so, you're gonna get a crust entirely.
Oh, okay.
You're gonna get a beautiful crust, and that is awesome when you throw like that garlic butter compound
Oh,
into the
yeah.
pan and then throw the steak on there.
So if you
because
miss that
it's-
part, it's at the beginning.
I know, the bacon butter compound. Oh my gosh, I could eat it by the spoonful. Ew, so good.
What are you kidding?
Fat
Totally
bomb.
keto. Yeah.
That sounds amazing.
No, it really is delicious, and I would top a steak with that, and the flavors are unreal. It's delicious.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cast iron is awesome for finishing off your steak.
Hey,
Because
extra
the crust
iron.
is, yeah, there you go. I love cast iron. I've been playing around a lot with it, more and more. I find myself pulling it out.
Now, do you
making
do
it
that
good.
like just right there on your Camp Chef?
Mm-hmm.
Just, okay.
Yeah.
Do you have one of the big Camp Chef griddles?
I've got the 6-burner. It's called the 900.
Oh,
That
that's like
sucker's
attached
huge.
to the thing?
It's like a huge flat top.
Okay.
It's massive. I can take the top off if I needed to.
Okay.
But
You could make a lot of bacon.
yeah, but I throw my bacon in my smoker, and it's amazing.
Okay, hold on.
Tell us how to do that.
Let's start from the beginning.
We
Now
need
we're-
to do a tutorial on
Yes.
this.
Okay, that was one of my other questions. We'll get to the bacon in just a
Yes.
second. Do you have any video, like class things for people who aren't in Utah or Arizona that
That's
can
a
go
really
to?
good idea. Maybe that's something that Camp Chef could work on.
Yeah.
Their website is phenomenal with YouTube, like not YouTube, but how-tos.
Yeah.
And like they just posted like a brisket masterclass,
Okay.
stuff like that, like so good.
Yeah, but I don't want a masterclass. I want
I know.
good enough for me to love it.
I know.
Which is why I'm really
Like-
looking forward to going to your classes.
Another really like awesome resource, and I'm
Uh-huh.
sure a ton of these people will know exactly who I'm talking about, is Susie Bullock from Hey Girl Hey. Her classes, she has Grill Squad that you can join, and she has phenomenal, like her recipes are amazing. Not keto, but the ones that are meat obviously are. She has like the hands down some of my most favorite recipes out there, and she has
She's
like
from Utah too.
yes,
She's adorable.
she's a Lehigh girl.
What is it with Lehigh?
You guys
Holy cow.
like
Just
hang out
awesome.
together?
No, I wish. Susie's too cool for me. Susie's like a Food Network girl.
So she has like
she is
8
awesome.
smokers?
I know. She's got like 59 smokers.
And you've only got
No,
6.
I know. Dang it. I gotta get my game going. No, like she has awesome videos
Oh, okay.
that are really good. That's where the direction I need to step into next, though, is really up in my game with
Okay.
videos and stuff, because I can talk it all day long, and then I can whip out my phone and try and film it. It's not good.
Don't you have like teenagers who have like a video production class at school?
I should. Mason, my 13-year-old, but he's too cool to hang out with mom.
Then he has to learn. Editing too.
I know. I have some highly talented siblings, though.
Oh, there
I
you
just
go.
need to get Doug
We
wild
just need to get
over.
Camp Chef to
I
do it.
know.
I mean, you're gonna be
Hey.
pimping their products, right?
They might be at my house tomorrow filming some stuff. Woo!
There you go.
That'll be a lot of fun.
Okay,
Yes.
back to the bacon.
Back to the bacon.
Okay.
So easy. How have you not cooked bacon on your smoker?
I don't cook. We have a shake.
Oh my gosh, I know. Guys, seriously, throw the bacon on the grate. You don't
Okay,
need a
now
pan,
what-
nothing.
We're talking about just like you're super lazy. You're going to the store. You're
Yeah.
buying the bar S or whatever.
You can thicker the better.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're buying the Pioneer brand Big Buy bacon that they sell
Yeah.
at Reams in the
I know.
15-pound box.
And there's
that's
like
this
5
thick.
pieces.
I love
Bacon
that stuff.
steaks. So good. I usually buy it from the butcher, the nice thick stuff, because I love it. Or you can make your own pork belly.
Do you
and then
ever
you cure it.
make your own bacon, or are you just buying it?
No. More
Okay.
power to those that do.
Okay.
But I can just buy it from the store for cheaper, less work,
Okay.
delicious. You can totally make your own. It's simple though. Lay it straight on the grate, set your smoker to 325, cook it.
Okay.
That's it. That is it. And
That's it?
Yeah, and it's awesome because it's not bubbling up in its greases. The grease is dripping down on the drip shield.
Yeah.
Going in the drip pan.
Bucket.
Yeah. And then you just rub it on your lips like chapstick. No.
Just drink it.
Yeah. Just drink it.
No, you make
rub it in
mayonnaise
your
out of it.
hair.
Yeah, make mayonnaise
Exactly.
out of it.
No, it's like my house does not smell like bacon because I don't cook bacon in my house. I always cook it outside, and
That's
turns
interesting.
out amazing. And then what's even better is when you sprinkle a little brown sugar on it and you candy it and it caramelizes it. Yeah, you can't do brown sugar on keto, I know.
Well, Encanto's got
Lakanto's.
some.
I know.
And so
Tell us.
does
Have you done it?
Kate, my goal
Swerve.
for the
Swerve.
day
Swerve has
was
some
to bring you guys some candied bacon for you. But
And I
then
would
I
have
ended
sat
up
there
at the
and gone,
principal's office instead.
oh yeah,
So
Oh yeah, sorry about
it's been a long, rotten day. That's okay. I still love
Wait
my
a second.
children. I love
Deb
my
says she
children.
uses it to cook her eggs.
She's talking about the bacon grease.
Bacon grease.
Oh, the bacon grease. I'm
yeah.
like,
Not the brown
No,
sugar.
that's such a
no, the
good
smoker.
way to
I was
do
like,
it, right, Deb?
can you smoke eggs? You probably could.
You can smoke anything.
Yeah.
You can treat your smoker just like you can an oven.
No, that's true.
Everything that you cook in your oven, even on your flat top, you can cook it in your smoker. You just need the right temperatures, right?
Oh yeah, that's
Dial
right.
it right in.
Yeah.
Cook your breads, cook your pies, cook everything. You're not going to get smoke flavor in your food. So if you want to cook cookies, anything above 275 is not going to give you
The
a
smoke.
lot of smoke flavor. Your wood is simply a fuel source
Oh, okay.
at that point.
Yeah.
And so if you want to do your cookies, if you want to do your pies, you're going to cook it above that temp anyways. And it's going to turn out with a little woody essence. It's
Okay.
a good thing though. It's a very good thing.
Oh wow.
I would encourage you guys to use your smoker
Yeah.
more
just
like your...
humble yourself and make me some food. Oh, I guess I could learn myself, but then I'd have to use your smoker.
Hey,
I will
you can
teach
use my.
you. Come to my classes.
I want to.
I
Come
will
to the
teach
class.
you.
Did you find out when it's going to be in like West Jordan or Lehigh?
Oh
or
yeah,
anything?
let's check it out.
Because I really want to go. Because remember, as we already established, women were traditionally the ones
That's
that
right.
would prepare the meat.
They
and
were the
preserve
pit
it.
Which means I
masters.
should get a pink robe.
I know.
Oh gosh. Okay.
You guys, seriously, my most viewed video was like last weekend, and I don't have a ton of followers, and I don't really care if I have a ton of followers. I'd rather have genuine people follow me, right?
You're
So-
talking about on Instagram?
On
or-
Instagram,
Okay.
yeah. My most viewed video though was this last weekend. I got up at 6:30 in the morning to pull off my full packer corned beef.
Okay,
'Cause
hold on.
yeah,
Full packer corned beef. What
full
does that
packer
mean?
brisket that was corned
Yeah.
to make corned beef for St. Patrick's Day.
And then we're talking about like meat packer. We're talking. It's not a brisket that's been trimmed. It's
the
full on.
well, it's the full packer, meaning it's got the point and the flat
Okay.
all in one. It's the
Okay,
full thing, not just the flat, not just the point. It's the full thing, and it's been corned or brined.
With salt. Yeah.
Yeah, with the salt, and they use like sodium nitrite and stuff.
Yeah.
Anyways, so I pull that off, and I'm like, it's like 6:30 in the morning, and I'm like in my awesome pink robe. This thing is gorgeous, and my husband loves it. But anyways,
By
my
loves
son,
it, she means doesn't
yeah,
like it
he's
at
like,
all.
"Ugh." But I sport it because it's awesome. And anyways, my son's awake. I'm like, hey, come here and hold my phone. Let me record this. And so I'm like half awake, cutting off the point from the flat. And then you can see my pink robe and yeah. It's like the most popular posting I've ever done. I'm like,
Yeah.
what the heck? The pink robe is amazing.
You're gonna be internet famous, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
No, it's quite funny. But yeah. Enjoy the adventures of meat. And don't be scared of it.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people, they fail once and they go, I can't cook chicken right.
Oh.
Or,
They burn it once, or
yeah,
they
or
undercook
it's,
it, or
oh, this is so dry. I hate chicken. You
Yeah.
know, it's like, try again. Use the techniques of either, brining it, dry brining it, wet brining it, checking for those internal temperatures so that you're not overcooking it. Because remember this, every degree that you cook over the recommended 145 for beef and poultry,
Yeah.
or beef and pork, 165 for poultry. Every degree over that is just drying it out and making it tough.
Okay.
So I feel like learning those simple things is going to up your game with cooking meats. Yeah.
And once again, get a thermometer, right?
I know. Getting an internal thermometer is going to be the best tool that you can have when it comes to cooking meat.
Now, do you use like a Wi-Fi thermometer? You're
no.
just.
I've
Are you
had
using
one.
an instant read, or do you use
Yeah,
probes?
I have an instant read. I have probes that are hooked to my Camp Chefs,
Okay.
and like a probe 1 and a probe 2. But I really just love my instant read thermometers from ThermoWorks. I
You
just pop
open
them
it,
in.
put it in, pull it out.
Yep. And I'm like, oh, it's
You know
5
they
degrees
sell
away.
probe
Eh,
ones
10
too.
minutes. Yeah.
ThermoWorks does.
Yeah, they have some killer products. And for me, like even Traeger came out with this amazing new reinvented smoker, and it's all on your phone, and you can tell it to increase the temp, all these cool things. I love the process of cooking, though. I love going out there and checking on it. I love seeing the changes in the meat. Like, I really, truly enjoy the whole process of it. And for me to go check the temperature, big deal. Like, you gotta check the pellets anyways. They're gonna, your phone can't refill the pellets.
Well, some people's phones can.
Well,
I have to say, my Rectech bowl, it does have a 40-pound hopper.
That's awesome. And mine's only 22 pounds. 40 pounds is
You need to
huge.
build a bigger...
I know, just build this extension. I've seen people do it with
Are you
Mountain Dew
serious?
boxes. Totally. They just put it in there.
Oh my gosh, that's awesome.
Yeah. It works great. But no, it's a lot of fun. The stuff that you pull off of your smokers, even in any cooking, that's why I love what I do, because it can bring joy to other people, and to see other people get satisfaction out of something that I've created makes it so worth it. It makes it so enjoyable, and honestly, it's like the one thing in life, because we all know how crazy life is. It's the one thing that I can control. How much of life do we get to say, I got this, I can control this? Nah, you can't.
Yeah.
You can't.
Like my children.
Yep, like my children.
So if people were just starting off with smoking,
Yeah.
and they wanted to just get going, what would you suggest for them?
Well, it
Bacon?
depends on,
Start with
there's
bacon.
a lot of different things to consider. Are you looking for a stick burner? Are you looking for a pellet burner? Are you looking to play with charcoal? Narrow those things down. Here in Utah, we have a killer barbecue club called Wasatch Back Barbecue.
Okay.
And anyone here in Utah, please join it, and you can see all of the fun stuff that we do. We have a killer barbecue coming up.
See, we make people feel really bad that they're not in Utah.
I know.
Because
So sorry. Come to Utah and
we've
eat
got
barbecue.
Keto Cakes of Utah. We got
Oh,
Oh Hello
so
Keto
good.
Bakery. We've
So
got the
good.
Keto Salt Lake Conference. We got Keto Chow. We've got Real Salt. We got...
Wasatch Back Barbecue Club. But
guys-
yeah.
You guys just need
ask
to
questions.
move to Utah.
I know. But if you are just getting started out with barbecue, seriously look into the pellet grills, because there is a learning curve, but they can fit a lot of different price points.
Yeah.
And they really, once you've got it down, it seriously is, you can set it like your kitchen oven, and you can have the results of that awesome wood smoky delicious barbecue.
Well, the small ones really, they're not terribly expensive anymore.
Yeah,
Now that Traeger's patent expired and everybody's making them.
Everyone's making them. Yeah, I mean, Walmart's selling pit bosses for cheap, right?
Yeah.
Camp Chef has a tailgater, and it's got 500 square inches, and
Oh wow, that's small.
it folds into just this awesome little compact size,
Yeah.
and they sell for $400,
Okay.
give or take, and they've got the slide and grill technology, the ash dumps on them. Those are awesome little units if you just wanting to start out something small. But
You could probably even find something on Craigslist or KSL or
totally,
something like that.
you totally can. And I don't know, just the getting started and learning that you might screw up. You might, the first time I did chicken breast, we had 2 Traegers in the beginning of this. I was like, I'm gonna smoke the crap out of this chicken. It's gonna be so good. I put some chicken on there. I'm like, oh, we're gonna let it smoke for just hours and hours. It's gonna be so good. And throw the chicken breast on there and come back 4 hours later.
4 hours later for chicken breast.
So gross. They were like leather. You couldn't even cut it
Oh my
with a
gosh.
knife. And I'm like, okay, so you don't do that. Lesson learned. You learn, and it's okay if you fail. It's okay if you screw up, because then okay, next time I'm not going to do that. And it's okay. I mean, how many briskets have I screwed up before I finally got one right? It happens, and
So,
it's okay.
Our optician, the guy who does our eyes, I was talking to him, it was about a year ago, and he's like, yeah, I just bought a smoker. I'm going to start with a brisket. I'm like,
I know. Starting with the brisket is like going from high school to I'm gonna go to medical school tomorrow.
Yeah.
Maybe not that, but
It's like elementary school to medical school.
It is kind of like the work up to it.
I told him to do drumsticks.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Start with some cheaper cuts of meat and understand how the heat in your smoker works and understand how the temperatures on your meat, all of that, and then work your way up.
Start with the Netflix show.
Yeah. I love
the
it.
acid,
you guys need salt,
the salt.
fat, acid, heat.
That's
Yep.
right.
Jack got me hooked on that one, and I really appreciate all that I gained from watching that and reading the book. There's a lot of really good insight. Yeah, that's a good one.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think we could probably keep on going on.
We could talk meat forever. I could. Oh, here's some Utah dates.
Utah dates.
May 22nd, I will be in Tooele. May 23rd, I will be in American Fork. These are at the Cal Ranch locations for classes. Classes, I believe, start at 6.
600 in the morning.
No, I won't be there.
Okay, so 6 p.m.
6
I always like this to clarify.
It's a good thing. So 1,800 hours.
1,800, okay.
Yes. May 24th, Spanish Fork, Cal Ranch. May 28th, West Jordan, Cal Ranch.
Okay, hold on a second.
Yes, May 28th.
May 28th.
Something's on.
I'm sorry, you are
I
all going to
know.
have to wait for a
May
second.
is killer, right? Like graduation,
Yeah,
end of the year, everything.
Oh,
Something's
wait,
on that
it's
day.
May 28th. Are you kidding me?
Yes.
That is the day before we leave for the low-carb cruise.
Yay.
Oh, how fun!
Okay.
May
so
29th is
He's probably putting it
Layton.
on the calendar.
I'm totally
so-
putting it on the calendar
I
right
know,
now.
do. And then there's
we
Far
could go
West,
to Far West.
Logan,
My dad lives there.
Blackfoot, Rexburg, Pocatello, Burley. I will have these dates posted on Kate's Meats and Mills Instagram and Facebook page. You can find them there in a couple of days, probably. I'll get them
Sweet.
posted once
Oh,
I know
that's
for sure.
during our
Dun dun
live.
dun.
We can just take the life with us.
There you go.
Oh, that would-
Smoke it up,
That would
and
be
you'll be able to
Everybody
eat it up.
watch.
Oh, and bonus, couples are only $45.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because
Date
it's,
night.
yeah. The goal
Total
is
date
we're
night.
not trying to make all this money in the pocket. What we want to do is help people have the tips and the tricks and the tools so that they can feel confident in doing this in their own homes.
Well, you just need to kind of get started.
Exactly.
And then it just snowballs.
Yeah, exactly. It truly does.
Then
So
when you
many
spend
people are like,
$100 on meat,
"Oh, I
you
don't
can cook it.
Yeah, I don't feel quite right about doing this, and this is my husband's thing." And I'm like, "Is it though?
Is it?
Is it? Is it?"
I don't think so.
Have you ever cooked an egg? You should try a brisket. No.
It's delicious.
Or apparently you like tri-tip, right?
I like tri-tip, but honestly, and this
Mm-hmm.
is not found in very many grocery stores. It's something that I ask my butcher for. Is flap steak, similar
Oh.
to skirt steak,
Okay.
but it takes on marinade really well. But it's just so tender, and I like to do the reverse sear on this, and then I chop it up for some killer street tacos.
Oh, nice.
It's so good. Yeah.
Have you ever done the big brontosaurus ribs?
Nope. No, I haven't done dino
Okay.
ribs yet because you can't find them.
No, you have to go
They're-
to.
Yeah.
Okay,
They're at Sam's Club.
Sam's Club has them. At least
Nice.
ours did.
See, I
We
don't
just-
You
have
had
a
to
Sam's Club
ask.
We
membership.
asked for it.
Yeah, you had to ask the butcher.
Yeah.
And they came out in this big. It's like these squares. that
Like-
are-
They were like this
there's-
big.
Fred Flintstone's like, here you go.
Yeah,
No.
it's exactly what it was.
I love it.
Anyway,
We got a picture of Holly carrying two, and she
Yeah.
looked like she's holding a
Oh,
toddler.
That's so glorious. That is awesome.
okay.
Yeah.
We're gonna go over some of the questions that people had
Keto
really
Chow
quick
stuff.
because
Yeah.
we need to finish up because we've been going on for an hour or actually an hour and.
I
15
love
minutes.
it.
I know we could totally go on
Talk,
for.
talk, talk.
Okay, pumpkin spice keto chow is on sale this week. And hold on a second.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay. And after we're done with this broadcast, I'm going to change the price. Normally it's 10% off. We're going to double down. We're going to make the pumpkin spice caramel keto chow 20% off in about 30 minutes until the end of this week. So if you like pumpkin spice because you're a basic white girl, she loves it, then you need to get some of that. Okay. And yeah, I'm on day 77 of my experiment. how long does Keto Chow last in the fridge? Up to 6 days. I'm just blowing through these. And we'll just end with this. Johnny Rockets, who's Emily's
Other half.
better half. He likes, currently he's doing a big giant bottle of Keto Chow, 3 meals in one of them.
And then taking a couple hours to drink it?
No, like about like 30 minutes.
I think that'd be too much.
Drinking all 3 meals in one sitting.
So he's doing OMAD, huh?
He's doing 1 meal a day.
How's
and
it
just
feel?
blowing through. He says he's doing great, but yeah.
Good for
More
him.
power to you, buddy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's it. I wanted to give more time to Caitlyn. This has been fantastic. Thank
This
you.
has been fun. I could talk meat all day long.
Okay, so are you going to come to some of our meetups?
She's
Heck
coming to
yeah,
our
I'm
next
coming
meetup.
to the next one. I will bring candied bacon, and you guys will die. It's so good.
Okay.
It's so good.
Made with
I know,
artificial sweetener.
Yes, with the correct sweetener for the keto lifestyle.
Okay. Do I even dare make a tri-tip?
Oh, heck yeah.
Okay.
Hey, we have a few minutes until then. You can make one every day until you perfect
I can
it.
perfect it and
Oh,
just look at
tri-tip
it and
is
go.
so easy.
I can look at it and
You
go,
can do it.
that probably looks right. Miriam, what does this taste like?
Tastes
This is-
delicious.
If you don't have a thermometer, everybody do this at home. Pinky to thumb, well done. Pinky to ring finger, more of a medium to well.
What are you pushing?
Oh.
This thumb muscle.
Oh, the thumb muscle.
Feel
oh,
the
okay.
texture. Feel that? So
Okay.
pointer,
Okay, so because it's really tight when you do
Yeah.
pinky to thumb.
pinky to pointer, or thumb to pointer. Feel
Uh-huh.
how tender that is. That's going to be more of your rare. So if you don't have a good internal thermometer,
Now, are we squeezing when we're doing this or just touching?
just touch.
Okay.
You don't want to tighten up the muscle.
Because then
It's
it's all
all tight.
Then it's all well done.
well done.
But yeah, see how tender?
Yeah,
That's
okay.
gonna be so. Like when you're like checking your steak, you're like, oh.
Yeah, you're just
is
kinda poking
done?
it.
Yeah, you're like, oh, that is rock hard. Oh crap, I ruined it. Yeah.
I'll give it to the chickens.
Yep. Chickens.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
And once again, it's on Katie's Meats and Meals.
Kate's Meats and
Kate's
Mills.
Oh,
Meats and
Kate's
Meals.
Meats and Meals.
I'll
on,
be Katie. It's cool.
On Instagram and on Facebook, right?
Yeah. Find me there. And then Utah locals, join up Wasatch Back Barbecue Club.
Okay.
All that good stuff. I saw someone already did. Was it Josh?
Nice. It might have been
Yay.
Josh.
Yeah, Josh,
Josh
I added you in. Yeah. You'll see a lot of really good recipes on there. And Hey Girl Hey's website, killer recipes there too.
Okay.
Love it.
All right. Well, everybody, until next week, we'll see you
Have a
later.
good night.
Thank you.
Let's see. Oh, now I have to use. I had to switch.
This is such a cool setup.
You know what? I don't know if this one's working. I'm just going to have to push the button. Okay.
Push the
Bye.
button.